Okay, so for the business decision making in product development, if you still remember in chapter one, okay, for the heuristics framework, okay, about the phase and job function, right? So they have three phases, okay. What is it? The product configurations, okay, detailed design and prototyping, as well as the product manufacturing and launching. So if you still remember that job function number 5 is about the finance and economics. Okay, so I will show later this if you not remember about this job function, I will show you later. Okay, maybe there's in one slide. Okay, one of the job function is the finance and economics. Okay, about the economic analysis, thing from the phase one until the first phase three. Okay, so actually the success of the company is really related with the profitability. Okay, that's why we have to do the economic analysis. Okay, so actually the aim of the product development project is to market the product that meets the consumer needs, as well as to serve the society at large while making the profit for the company. And you already learned in chapter 3 about how to design the molecular products, as well as mixture blended products in chapter 4. Okay, as well as in chapter 1 and chapter 5. Okay, we identify the desirable consumer products and its attributes, as well as the to determine the product specification. Okay, through the conceptual product design. So for business decision making, this chapter we will cover about the financial, economic, organizational. Okay, some factor or such as governments from the government policy. Okay, societal aspects. So about which related with the product development. Okay, and most importantly is to to make the decision. Okay, decision making on the relevant issue. Okay, either you want to do because for B2C products there's many ingredients. It's a mixture of many ingredients or components. So you have to make a decision either you want to make in-house your ingredients, or you want to outsourcing your from the contractor manufacturer. Okay, so you have to make or by decision. Okay, we're gonna discuss later this one. Okay, so for today, outline of the lecture for this lecture is first I will introduce, I will explain about the introductions. Okay, and we will do the economic analysis, cash flow diagram, as well as economic analysis for the product development. Make or buy decision, I'm not sure we will make it or not for today. Okay, so if we will not make it for today, so I will record the video for tomorrow. Okay, or I will give a lecture, a live lecture. Okay, so after economic analysis for product developments, this ones I will give two tutorials, tutorial 1 and tutorial 2, which related with the cost cash flow diagram as well as economic analysis, so that we can calculate the IRR, investor rate of returns, as well as cumulative cash flow. Either your project can be continued or can be undertaken. I think all of you already have a basic, or you already learned during the economic class, right? Economic engineering economics. So I'm not sure this part is covered or not for that course, but if it's covered, so this is just like recall back what you have learned from the economic class. Okay, so after studying this chapter, okay, after you are familiar with the project cash flow, okay, and cumulative project cash flow or project cash flow, okay, and the pertinent financial terms, okay, and then you can decide the project can be continued or not by considering a financial return as well as a non-functional issue. And third, so you can understand how make or buy decision, either you want in-house, or you want to outsource your or for the to get the ingredients or component. And then appreciate the microeconomics of launching a product in the marketplace, as well as able to quantify the various trade-off in product development using sensitivity analysis. And also actually you gonna learn the societal factors, including the company level factors, societal factors as well as government policy, which gonna affect your product development. Okay, so as for the introduction or the backgrounds, we know that the technology, the innovation technology is the development is rapid, okay, and the global market is fast changing, okay. So the company have to redouble their effort to commercialize new products to stay competitive, okay. So in order to survive, okay, so that we have to the company must be more innovative so that they can meet consumer needs. So for example, like the company DuPont company, okay, this is from the relevant statistic. DuPont commercialized about 1,753 new product in 2000, and 20% of its sale in 2013 was derived from new product launched within the past 4 years. Okay, so this trend of rapid production introduction is expected to continue and even accelerate for B2C product. Another example, if you know about the what is it, the air water purifier from the Koei company, right? Okay, they always be innovate every year or every 2 years. For example, last 3 years or last 4 years, they launch what is it, water purifier called Ombak. Okay, and then within last year, okay, they make some changes or some innovative products, which is they make a very compact of water purifier, okay, with a very small of water system, okay, which is can they can place in the small space about 7 inch, okay. So they try to innovate. So this is they want to survive, okay, as a company in Malaysia. Okay, so in order to manage this product development project, okay, so the multidisciplinary framework address three questions. Okay, the first is what to make, okay, by performing market study and product design. So I think this one is we already covered in chapter 1, mostly in chapter 1, as well as some sustainability, okay, market study is chapter 1, I think. Okay. And then the second is how to make by performing prototyping, process design, feasibility study, and also engineering design. And thirdly, for this topic, we more concerned on business decision making. Okay, so that your company can succeed. Okay, so yeah, as I told you that the success is often measured by profitability. Okay, so it's involved the calculation of various financial metrics such as net present value (NPV) as well as investment rate of return. This one we gonna calculate this NPV as well as IRR, because NPV is a positive, so that if you calculate, you propose a new project, right, for the project development. So if positive, so that your project you can continue, okay. But if negative, your project you cannot continue, okay. For example, you want to take a for 3 years proposed project, okay. As similarly also for the IR, so that you can compare this IR, you can compare with the bank interest rate. Is it higher or below? If higher, your project you can continue, but it's below his, you cannot continue this project. Okay. So yeah, this is the hierarchical product design framework. Okay. Phase and the job function, if you still remember. Okay. The job function number 5, I think this one. Okay. Finance and economics. This is about economic analysis, starting from the phase 1 until phase 3. So it's actually is a we have to do economic analysis repeatedly so that we can get accurate or optimum analysis or value. Okay. Okay. So unfortunately, this calculated financial metrics are only as good as assumed parameters such as target sales volumes, okay, marketing budget, and so on. Okay. There is often a trade-off associated with the decision on the assumed parameters. For example, if we set the supply is too high, okay, so it would be depressing effect on the selling price. Another example, if the marketing budget is excessive, so some incremental increase in sale might not justify the marketing cost. So this is a trade-off function. Okay, so that you have to take note that business decision actually is associated and the associate economic analysis done repeatedly. This is what I told you. Okay, throughout entire product uh, development project, starting from phase one until phase two, so that we can get the accuracy of parameter and also we can improve with time as information out for all our project we can gather. Okay, so also we have to constantly adjust it so that we can get optimal outcome. So from this figure, okay, if you look at here, okay, it's starting from phase one and phase two, we have to adjust and also we have to do repeatedly to get the optimum outcome. Okay, if you look at here that there's a difference between the B2C product as well as a B2B products. Okay, in term of product or process design development. Okay, for B2B products, we have to build a manufacturing plant. But in case of B2C products, this is different. Okay, since B2C product is composed of many discrete component or key ingredients. So these ingredients or component actually we can done in-house or outsource. Okay, or we can simply purchase on the market. Okay, so this we call it make or buy decision, because if we decide when either make or buy, actually is it can give a significant impact on the project economy or the profit of your company. Either your company can result in higher risk, or it can save upfront investment. Okay, so this uh what we call as a make or buy decision is important. Okay, okay, so some important business decision in product development are not financial or technical. Mostly is with finite resource. We have to consider finite resource. It is essential to the leverage the existing know-how, in-house resources, or external business and technology connection in order to launch new product with minimum effort. Okay, so these organizational factors as well as societal factors, okay, would impact the product development project. This is what we gonna see when we do the tutorials as well as for the next slide. Okay, so that's about the introduction of for this part. Okay, and then we're gonna move to the economic analysis. Okay, so this part is more on the calculation, how to get the profits, how to uh, to draw a cash flow. Okay, cumulative cash flow as well as to get the IRR as well as NPV. Okay, so for the economic analysis, actually is based on the standalone principles. Okay, for the economic analysis. So meaning that the product development project is isolated from the other development project. Okay. So is viewed as a single firm producing the product of interest. Okay. So if we consider the air purifier, right? Okay, air purifier, for example, we for the catalyst divisions, okay, even if the catalyst division of home appliance company can supply a powerful photocatalyst at a discounted risk, okay, actually, the air purifier project should be treated as a stand-alone project. Okay, so that it can judge entirely on its own merit. Okay, so whether we want to buy internally or externally is depend on the catalyst price as well as required performance. Okay, so this is what we do economic analysis. Okay, so if you look at here, this is the relationship. among the financial term, okay, that are essential in economic analysis in the form of the cash flow diagrams. So the most important, this is just the flow. Okay, if you look at here from starting from net sales, income from the operation IFO, earning before income tax EBIT, okay, after tax operating income, operating cash flow, okay, and project cash flow, some dividends. This is a depreciation. CED, CED is CED is the cost excluding depreciation. Okay, so this is the important equation that you have to familiar. Okay, if you want to calculate the cumulative project flow or IRR as well as NPV. Okay, so I just using the symbol S, IFO, EBIT, ATOI, OCF, PCF, as well as the net working capital, NWP, NWC. Okay, NWC is later I will explain about in terms of the asset and the liabilities. Okay, depreciation. Okay, later I will explain. Okay, so this is the cash flow diagram, show the balance of money for the product development project risk on the standalone principle. Okay, so how money is invested and how money we can get back or the profit. Okay, so for the cash flow product development project, this is the definition of each symbols. Okay, just refer to this color. Okay, just make definition. This one is uh, pink color. This one red color, blue, green. Okay, tax is a T. After tax, operating income atau operating cash flow OCF. Okay, this one is a brown color. Okay, so actually this color is going to be related with the example and tutorials. Okay, how to calculate. Okay, so the definitions of all equation, we can see that income from operation IFO actually we can obtain from the subtracting the cost from the net sales. Okay, after we identify the development cost, okay, fixed cost, variable cost, okay, as well as the sales. Okay, the sales, we get the sales. Okay, so that we can get income from operation. Okay, there are two type of costs, which is fixed cost as well as a variable cost. Okay, for the fixed cost is do not change with sales volume. For example, rent, wages, advertising, all these fixed costs. For the variable cost is cost that change with sales volume. Okay, for example, is the materials and commissions. Okay, CED is the cost exclude depreciation. Okay, so actually CED is including fixed cost as variable cost. So we have to minus this variable for cost and fixed cost so that we can get income from operation. Okay, and then earning before income tax. Okay, this is we obtain from the subtracting or minus with the depreciation D. Okay, income from the operations. And then after deducting federal and state corporation tax, EBIT, so that we can get after tax operating income. So I just call it as ATOI. Okay, and then OCF we can get from the ATOI and also depreciation. Okay, so for the operating cash flow, it's become part of the project cash flow. Okay, we can use as a debt repayment. Okay, dividends, shareholder, and construction of new plant. This is after we can get the profit after some years. Okay, because initial investment we can get the project cash flow is negative. Okay, but after some times we will get the profit which is positive, so that we can get debt repayment as well as dividend. Okay, so PCF also come from the borrowing or accepting new investment. Okay, for new products normally necessary to inject cash for the equipment acquisition and capital. So meaning that for the new product for the first year of okay or in preparation uh, and inject cash for the equipment, meaning that your cash flow is going to be negative, okay, because you invest, okay, you invest, and then after a certain year, maybe 2 years or 3 years, your project cash flow is going to be positive, okay, meaning that you profit, you earning something. Okay, so let's see another term, which is working capital. Okay, for the working capitals, if you look at here, this is the money tied up to provide goods and services and short-term assets such as inventory and accountable receivable. Working capital is more related with the net working capital, okay, which is working capital minus short-term liabilities. For example, you have the current asset, right? You have the current asset such as inventory, okay, what else? Property and cash. That one is your current asset. And then you have the current liabilities, okay, term liabilities. For example, like wages, okay, wages, rent, okay, or utilities, okay. So in order to get net working capitals, you have to, what you have to do is a current asset, okay, current asset minus with current liabilities, term liabilities, so that you can get net working capital. Okay. So if there is no new investment or borrowing, debt repayment or dividend distributions, so for the PCF or PCF is project cash flow, okay, equal to OCF, operating cash flow, minus increase in the net working capital minus with project capital spending. This is for construction as well as equipment. Okay. So from this equation actually is when the money is removed from the operating cash flow, it is increased amount of NWC to fund the construction project. Okay. But W is decreased, meaning that delta NWC is negative. So PCF increase. In case of the maybe the in the first year or before starting the project, negative year, one, two, three. Okay, so this one is negative and this one is going to be positive for the project or for the cumulative cumulative project cash flow. Okay, okay, so this is the cumulative project flow graph. Okay, okay, so that is about the definition of cash flow and also all the equation that we're gonna use. Okay, I hope that you're familiar with this one. Okay, just refer to this one and I hope you remember. So how can we apply this equation? I will show you later for the example one. Okay, but before that, we will move to the economic analysis. Okay, what is the NPV? Okay, net present value as well as IRRs, NPV approach as well as IRR approach. How can we decide whether your project can be continued or not? Okay. So actually, in the early stage of the product development periods, okay, the information that we gather mostly is not accurate or incomplete. Okay, so some profitability measure, which is a quite approximate profitability measure, okay, right, such as return of investment, payback periods, okay, is going to give some idea or rough idea whether your project is worthwhile or not. Okay. So from as more accurate information that we gather or become available, okay, project profitability we can measure by using net present value or investor rate of return. So that we can decide whether your project can be undertaken. So for the NPV, the equation is a summation of project cash flow divided by 1 plus R J. Okay, J is actually is refer for the year actually. Okay, M is the period, a number of period of product life cycle. Okay, N is number of periods for the product development, and R is discount rate. For example, J is below than 1. Okay, J equal to 0. Okay, and as well as J more than 1. Okay, this one is going to be negative. Okay, this one is not going to be negative. This one J is going to be positive. This one is J equal to 0. Okay, so this one is going to be negative J 0 as well as 1. Okay, or positive, not 1, not only 1. Okay, it's going to be negative 0 as well as for positive, depending on the period or year. Okay, since the period, the length of the period is actually is in term of weeks. Okay, month or year. Generally, for negative is for the product development period. You invest. Okay, what is it? The development cost all is gonna be negative. Okay, negative 1. Okay, 0 as well. First year, second year, as well as the third year is gonna be negative. Okay. And then this is a project cash flow. Your project cash flow is going to be negative. Okay. And then for positive is a product life cycle. Okay. This is want to know that you're going to get profit or not. What is the rate of returns within first year, second year, or third year. Okay. So project cash flow is supposedly positive. Okay. So you have to remember that. So this is the initial phase of the product life cycle. Okay. Okay, so let's see the NPV approach. Okay, for the NPV approach, project cash flow is discounted to the time when product life cycle is start. This is when you start, J is going to be equal to 0. Okay, and management gonna set the discount rate. Okay, the term for J equal to 0 represent the principal and interest earned by the money invested. Okay, this one is so your equation, the previous equation, this one, okay, sin is negative, okay. So your equation, uh, the project cash flow, summation of project cash flow, okay. PCF, I just make a PCF, okay. J, this one plus R. So it is going to be positive because initially is divided 1 plus R, right? Negative is going to be negative, okay. And going to be positive. And for the term J, more or equal to 0 represent the value of money earned throughout the product life cycles. This is after certain year, after after you start your project. Okay. So this one, the equation of project cash flow is going to be PCF. This is importance, okay, because we're going to apply this equation. 1 plus R negative J. Okay. Okay. So usually we're gonna compare, okay, the money invested with the money earned at the same time. This is at J equal to 0. So as I told you that if positive NPV, actually your products or your proposal, okay, the product actually exceed the management expectation, so that your project can be continued. Okay. Okay. So how about the IRR approach? Okay, this one is we set NPV equal to 0. Okay, similar equation actually this one. Just for IRR we set this NPV equal to 0. So that one of the reason we can compare the what is it, the IRR, okay, with the bank interest rate, which is higher or lower. Okay, so if you look at here, the IRR should be as large as possible. Okay, the IRR can be compared with the bank interest rate. If the IRR higher than the prevailing bank interest rate, meaning that uh, you can borrow the money, you can invest to the project, and also you can pay the bank. Okay, you can still make the money. But if lower IRR, okay, IRR is lower than bank interest rate. For example, you bank interest rate is 6%, okay, and you get a 4%. Okay, so no need to invest for the project, for the new project. Okay, just put the money in the bank and earn the interest. Okay. Okay, so I hope you understand this NPV approach and IRR approach. Since we will discuss the application of IRR approach, okay, NPV approach, as well as another this cash flow for the product development project, okay, through this example one. Okay, so any questions? So please focus on this example one. Actually, this one I adopt or I just took from the example 19.1 in the main textbooks. Okay, I hope that you read these examples. Okay, this is one of the important example, or it's cover all the component that already present just now about the IRR approach, NPV, as well as the cash flow. Okay, so if you look at here that the marketing team of the home appliance company, okay, submit a 3-year sales projection to management. Okay, it is expected that 50,000 units of the air purifier can be sold per year at $300 per unit. Okay, so the color that the text that I highlighted with the blue color is the important point. Okay, and the red one is actually the question. Okay, later the blue one I will summarize in the next slide. Okay, so if you look at here that an annual advertising budget is 2.5 million actually. mm is meaning a thousand, okay, or 2.5 million. Okay, 2.5 million is proposed. Okay, the engineering team estimates that the manufacturing equipment costs $3 million and development time is 1 year at a cost of 2 million. Net working capital NWC is 2 million. Fixed cost 1.5 million per year, and the variable cost is 80 dollar per year. Actually, fixed cost, advertising budget also we combine together. Advertising budget, as I told you, is also fixed cost. Should the project be undertaken, is it we can continue this project based on the NPV with 20% discount rate, and also we have to consider the IRR. Is it more than bank interest rate or lower than bank interest rate? If lower, we cannot continue this project. If higher, so that we can borrow the money, we can invest. Okay, and then use the 5-year class life in the MACRS for depreciation. This one actually you have to refer chapter 17. Okay, table 17 point, I think it's 17.9. Okay, you have to use this table. Okay, 5-year class life, or actually they have 7 years, 10 years, and 15 years. Okay, assume a negligible market value of the equipment after 3 years, meaning that as actually there's no value for your equipment, is equal to 0. Okay, use overall tax 40%, commission of 35%, federal rates is already combined 40%, and the average levied by the state. Management needs to know the amount cash required to carry out this project. So amount to carry out the project, how much? So you have to construct cash flow. Okay, negative to positive. Okay, what is at what time we can get the profit or positive value. Okay, so let me summarize here. For the solution, annual sales is 50,000 unit of air purifier. Price is about $300 per unit. Okay, advertising budget 2.5 million. So that for the fixed cost, we're going to combine with the fixed cost here. Manufacturing equipment cost, this is the investment. Okay, mainly also investment. This one also the investment, development cost. Okay, before we start the project, development time is 1 year. Net working capital NWC is already, meaning asset minus with the liability. Variable cost 80% per unit. Okay, for each year we have to $80 times with 50,000 unit of air purifier. Okay, and then bank interest is 5%, tax rate is 40%, including federal rate. Okay, 5-year MACRS, especially as well as nil market value for the equipment after 3 years. Okay, So how can we do this one? Okay, the first thing is you have to construct table or book value, okay, by using MCA RS tag basis. Okay, so this is the book value. Okay, book value is actually original price minus the total amount of depreciation. Okay, so if you look at here for year 1, year 2, and year 3, this is you have to refer to the table 17.9, this one. Okay, so if you look at here, we want until 3 years, right? The proposal until 3 years. For 5 years, there are 7 years, 10 years. So from the question, it said we have to refer for 5 years. What sound is that? Okay, so just refer to 3 years. Okay, if extend to 5 years, so you have to take until 5 years. Okay, this is a tag basis depreciation. So since the equipment cost is 3,000, okay, this is a manufacturing cost. This is 3,000, if you still remember from the previous slide, right? This is a manufacturing equipment cost times with 0.2. This is in percent, so that we can get 600. Similarly, also for second year as well as third year, so that we can get 660 and 576. And for the book value, so if you look at here, okay, book value meaning that your equipment cost, right? The manufacturing equipment cost 3,000 minus with 600, so that you can get 2,400, and then 2,400 minus with 690, so that you can get 1,440, and then 1,440 minus with 576, so that you can get 864. Okay, so this is we can calculate NPV and IRR. Okay, so this one already explained. Okay, just refer to this MACRS tag basis depreciation. Okay, for 5 years. If 7 years, you have to refer 7 years, 10 years, and as well as 15 years. Okay, and then you have to construct this table for the, since our target is to determine IRR, NPV, as well as project cash flow or cumulative project cash flow. So this is year -1. Okay, year -1. I'm not sure. No, actually, I'm in the office. I'm not sure what sound is that. Okay, okay. I'm not sure what sound. It's quite, it's quite noisy actually. Okay, okay. So yeah. For the for these examples, I'll solve using the, actually I'll solve using the Excel. Okay. Later, I will update in the Google Drive. All lectures, all lectures for each session can give to the student. Okay, so that you can study. Okay. I'm not sure, is it distracting, this sound? I'm not sure. Okay, it's quite
Okay, still okay.
still okay.
Yeah, still okay.
I'm not sure. Maybe there are tests about the, yeah. I cannot see from here. Just behind me actually. Behind my room. Okay. So yeah. So we start from the -1, okay, and 0. As I told you, is this -1 is j is below than 0. This is j equal to 0. If you remember NPV and NPV equation, right? And this one 1, 2, 3 is j is more than 0. Okay, this is during for the development cost as well. Okay, this is the money that you invest, that's why the value project cash flow, if you look at here, this is a negative. 7 million has to be injected to the project. Okay, so this is how the year that you're going to make profit. Okay, the rate of investment that you're going to get the positive value. Okay, so since our profit, the sales, okay, is started at the year first. Okay, year first meaning that the price of air purifier is per unit is $3. Okay, $3. And then time with 50,000 unit. Okay, since we can sell 50,000 for each year, so for each year you have 2 times. Okay, 300 by 50,000, 300 times with 50,000. Okay, this is the sales. Okay, and then for the fixed cost. Okay, since for the IFO, if you still remember IFO, the equation is sales minus with the CED, S minus S minus CED. Okay, so this is a CED. Okay, this is CED. So combination of fixed cost and variable cost. Okay, actually, negative 2,000 is a development cost. You can put in the variable cost, or you can make another row as a development cost. Okay, the parenthesis is showing negative, which is we invest. Okay, it's going to be depreciate. Okay, we're going to use this money. Okay, every year. Okay. So fixed cost is including fixed cost as well as advertising cost. Okay, so meaning that total is 1.5 million and 2.5 million, 4,000. Okay, we already invest 4,000 for the fixed cost as well as advertising cost for each year. It's fixed, right? And variable cost. Variable cost, if you look at here, actually is fixed, but it's a in actual case it's not fixed. That's why we call it as variable cost. It's going to be changed with time. Okay. Later we're gonna see this variable cost is gonna change based on the make or buy decision. We're gonna see this variable cost is gonna be changed along with the years. Okay. Since you determines this fixed cost and variable cost is is already fixed. Variable cost is $80 right? Times with 50,000 unit of air purifier. So you can get 4,000 as well as for 4,000. Okay. And then IFO, okay, sales minus with CED. Okay, so that we can get 7,000. Okay, similarly. And then depreciation, D. Okay, D is just, you calculate already this one from here, the purple color. Okay, you put here. So that depreciation also negative value actually. Okay. And then EBIT, if you still remember, EBIT, the equation is IFO minus with D, meaning that this one minus with this one, so that you can get a EBIT. 7,000 minus 600 is already negative. 7,000 minus 600, so 6,000 for 400. Similarly also for this one. Okay. Okay. And then tax. Okay, this one you times with 40%. The EBIT. Okay, if you still remember, EBIT is one yeah, times with the 40%. And then ATOI, I just call it ATOI. Okay, after tax. Okay, this one, the equation, if you still remember, 1 minus T, just, okay, times with EBIT. Okay, times with EBIT. So that you can get 38440 and so on for each year. And OCF. OCF is ATOI plus D. Okay, D. So meaning that this one ATOI plus with D, so that we can get 4,000. Okay. So NW is a 2,000, negative 2,000, and we can get profit another 2,000. Okay, after year 3. Okay, capital spending is already given, yeah. Capital spending is 3 million. Okay, 3 million, and this 1 million, sorry. And the value it should be in million. 2,000, 2 mm, 3 mm. Okay, so just bring to here. Okay, sum up. So that we can get minus 2,000, minus 5,000. Okay, this one. Okay, this one, and this one. Sum up. Okay, so if there is a value for your equipment in year 3, okay, so you have to put also, since our assumption is there is no value for the equipment cost after 3 years. That's why is the equipment cost is equal to 0. If there is value, you have to put also here. Okay, So that meaning that this one is if include the equipment cost, the value is going to be changed. Okay. So if you look at here that 7 million has to be injected, meaning that if you do cash flow, it's going to be negative and then for. Okay. So based on the NPV approach, okay, NPV approach, okay, if you still remember, J below than 1, okay, J equal to 1 and J more than 1. This one is J equal below than 1. This one is J equal to 0 because 1 plus R, power of J equal to 0, right? This one is J more than, this one is J more than 1. Okay, just substitute. This one year 1, year 2, and year 3. This one year negative 1. That's why it's positive. This one year equal to 0. Okay. So just take from the project cash flow, PCF, right? From the equation PCF divided 1 plus RG. Okay, this is the PCF. Just take from this one. Okay, you already construct. So substitute into this NPV equation. So when we calculate, if you look at here that the NPV is management, the NPV exceed management expression because it's positive. This one is positive. So meaning that the project we can continue. So your proposal is, or if you want to do the air purifier for the 3 years of the proposal, so meaning that you can borrow the money from the bank also, you can continue this project. Okay. So how about in terms of IRR approach? So this one, NPV approach, actually we've set as a 0 if we want to do IRR approach. Okay. So when you do IRR approach, we can compare with the bank interest. Okay. So if you look at here that this term is actually you move it to the left side. Okay, but I think it's quite difficult for the calculation because we have to make a similar value left and right. For example, if this one 100, so right side also 100. But the most easiest way is I'm not going to move this negative 2001 plus R to the left side. Just make NPV equal to 0. Okay, and then you can do trial and error for R, so that the right side is equal to 0. Similarly with the left side. So we just guess the value of R by using interpolation. Okay. So actually I'm going to give the what is it, the Excel file. Okay, you can see that how I do the interpolation. Okay, so we do the interpolation here. Okay, since we set our left side as a 0. Okay, 0 equal to this one just set equal to 0, right? So from this one, okay, if you guess the value of R starting from 0 0.2, 0 0.3, 0 0.4, 0 0.5, okay, and then you can get the answer on the right side. Okay, this one positive, okay, this one positive, and then this one is going to be negative. So from positive and negative, you can do interpolation. Okay, once you do interpolation at equal to 0, okay, so that you can get the value of the R, the actual R. So actually the value of R is 40.40%. Okay.
Dr. Asmadi,
Yes.
for this, if student using Excel, they also can use a goal seek as per my previous lecture, so that they can set in the Excel for the R value, construct the equation in the Excel, and then they just use the goal seek, so that it will automatically find the R value. If using Excel lah, if manual calculation, and then might be this one is the best way lah.
Yeah. I think so. Okay. So I think it's the best method also that suggest from the Talafizah. But this one, actually, I did the calculation by using the manual first. Okay, and then just transfer to the Excel. Okay. So I think if just set by using, is it the mathematical equation, right, in the Excel, right?
Construct the equation first in the
Yes,
Excel,
right.
and then use the function goal seek.
Goal seek, yes.
But manual calculation, this is
Also possible.
the
This
most,
is the most
possible.
Yeah. Actually, the first thing before I do the Excel file, I do it manually. That's why. That's why I just show the easiest way to understand, so that student can understand. Okay. So there's a function for the Excel for the interpolation. Okay. Okay. So if you look at here, yes, thank you, Dr. Allah. So this one's this one, see, when we do comparison is much higher. You can borrow the money. Okay. You can invest, so you can continue the project if uh, you want to do the air purifier or water purifier and so on. Okay. Okay. And then the last one, okay, I think it's almost 1 hour. Okay, we stop here actually. You do the cash flow. Okay, to do the cash flow, just take this one, negative 2000, negative 5000, 4000, and so on. Okay, so if we look at here that for this one, right, the cash flow, this one is negative 2000. This one is negative 7 because negative 2 minus plus minus 5. Okay, and then this one negative 7 plus with negative 7 million plus with 4400 for 40, so that we can get this one is around negative 2576. Similarly also, and plus with the 44584, so that we can get positive. Okay, so this one we injected the money. Okay, and then product development we spent 2 million. Okay, just refer to this color, right? This one, this is a product development, and then the blue one is for the working capital to start up. Okay, equipment to start, this one is the blue one. Okay, so total is 7 million. Okay, and then cash flow is actually become positive at year 1, right? Okay, but for the cumulative is more than year 1. Okay, so this is a cumulative project cash flow. Okay, so any question about this one, about this example? I hope that you can understand. Before we start, I think it's quite long lecture for 1 hour. Okay. Okay, there is a 2 tutorials. I hope that you can do these tutorials. Okay, I already give the answer to all section actually. Okay, and I did in the Excel. I hope that the lecturer don't give the answer first, so that student can do this tutorial. Okay, and then you can discuss in class, or you want to give the answer after they did this tutorial. Okay. Okay, the first tutorial is about to calculate the OCF, or operating cash flow, until this one. This is the easy tutorial until this one. No need to calculate NWC. Okay. And then second tutorial is the expanding the extended of from the tutorial 1. Okay. So this one is we consider 3 to 5 years, meaning that this one you have to extend until 5 years. What happened to the we can see the project cash flow or cumulative project flow. So you have to add a year 4 as well as year 5 here. Okay. So any question about this one? I think 1 hour lecture is enough. Okay. We have, and for the make or buy decision, I think we're gonna discuss for the next another class.
Doctor, I have a question.
Yes.
So if we're gonna extend it to 5 years, do we have to change all the depreciation before that, or we just add the fourth and
Yes.
fifth years?
So you have to consider this one until 5 years, right?
Yes.
You have to consider this MACR basis. Okay, so meaning that your calculation, this one you have to add another year 4. This one year 4, year 5. This one 11.52, right? Isn't it? 11.552. And then you have to do more calculation. Okay, you have to do add another book value here, and also another depreciation. Okay.
But if the case asks us to extend until 7 years, do we have to do all the depreciation values all over again?
Yes.
Following the 7 years one.
Yes. Because this one is until 5 years, right? So
Yeah,
you have to
I
follow
mean
the 7 years. Yes. You have to follow the 7 years.
Okay.
Or 10 years. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor.
You can choose. Okay. Okay. Any more question? I hope all of you can clearly understand all my explanation. We're not gonna move to the make or buy decision for today. I think it's quite hard this one. Okay, but this is a good thing. Either you want to outsourcing or you want to do in-house based on the IRR. Okay, which one is more economical or give more profit actually? Okay, you have a 1 hours, right? I think you can do these tutorials. Okay, section lain saya dah kasih tak yang untuk tutorial 1 dengan tutorial 2 dia punya jawapan dekat Excel? Alah, ada tak?
Ya, dah ada dalam
Dah ada?
Excel.
Okay. Dah ada. So I think maybe you can discuss with the student within this 1 hour. And
Yeah,
answer
yeah.
the
So we go back to each section lah. So depends on the other lecturer how to conduct
they
this
can.
session.
Kalau if you want to continue, you can continue. If you want to make it as an assignment, also is possible. Okay, because it's very short textbook.
Question.
Maybe by tomorrow also can finish actually, but maybe tomorrow we can discuss, or next week we can have another class. It's up to each section. Okay. Any more questions? So if we have no more questions, okay, we stop here, and then next class I will record video or I will do the live session. If I do a live session, I will give you the link for the WebEx, okay, so that we can discuss the next part of this chapter, okay. So if no questions, thank. Oh wait, Doctor, can we get extension for activity 5? Okay, this is for my class. I will get the extension. Okay, thank you very much for today. See you guys. Okay, please consult with your lecturer for your session. For my class, I think I hope that you can do first, and tomorrow we can discuss about the tutorial.
Thanks, Dr.
Okay.
Asmati,
Yeah.
for the class.
Okay. Ya.
Betul, Zaita tak tahu macam mana buat pembayaran LO.
Lagi?
Lagi dia tak sure. Dia check balik.
Hari tu tak ada buat pembayaran guna LO eh? Hari tu yang kita beli apa tu?
Dia apa? Dia as regulator.
Kan?
Betul dia.
Centrifuge. Ada. Lupa mana ni?
Dah ni cepat.
LO tak?
Ni dia.
Saya tak pasti.
Ni dia.
Polis chemical.
Macam baru dapat.
One liter.
Kita check ni. Ni nak pakai gram mana Dr. Bayar?
Yang ni.
FHS eh?
Ini pun saya kena check.
Dr. check dulu lah.
Dah 9,000.
Tak apalah Dr. check.
Sebab ada yang kita dah beli dah ni.
Ni
kena
rotary
check.
evaporator.
So yang ni kita beli yang ni guna kedan awak.
Yang mana?
Yang aspirator.
Oh, okay.
Killer dia buat tanya kat Nari.
Petani kat Nori.
Okay, saya tengok saya.
Petani.
Dia datang kan?
Hari tu kita beli barang banyak itu saya pakai grant yang bawah saya tu. Nak payment.
Beli apa?
Yang hari tu yang join semua tu banyak. Pakai grant apa
Tak, itu bahagian consumable. Awak punya ada lagi tak?
sebab yang ada grant bawah saya tu dia hujung bulan ni habis. So,
Geran bawah awak? Maksudnya bukan geran awak lah.
bukan.
Ambil yang hujung bulan ni? Biar betul. Geran mana tu?
Tapi saya tengok end je hujung bulan ni 31 Januari.
2021? Oh, baru saya pasal. Saya ingat 2022.
Tinggal 3,000
Tinggal 3,000 je total.
untuk yang kalau
Yang lain yang mana?
saya tak check.
Kena itu
Bis
cuba
26.
awak habiskan.
Tu saya nak habiskan yang tu Doktor. Saya nak check Doktor.
Saya lupa pula. Saya ingat 2022.
Sebab hari tu barang 2,000 lebih. Kalau ni ada 3,000 saya rasa.
Sekejap. Saya kena check. Awak check date nanti. Yang semua. Saya takut tahun ni semua habis.
Sama bulan saya bulan 6.
Bulan 6 tahun ni?
Ya.
Cepatnya.
10,000 kan? 10,000.
Awak punya? Dia belum masuk tahun kedua lagi ke?
Tak tahu saya tengok 10,000 bulan 6.
Dia tak extend awak punya. Sebab tu awak kena at least 70% total grant atau
Kena
habis
pakai.
kena pakai. Baru boleh extend. Guna je tu. Ada apa-apa guna. Aduh.
Tahu tak? Tengok. Boleh tak? Dia masuk. Masuk dah masuk. Yang carbon ferrogen ni.
Carbon ferrogen pharmaceutical waste kan?
Ini lah boleh check.
30,000 kan?
Dekat financial. Oh.
Ended 31 hari bulan 1.
2022 Oh.
Awak.
Oh maksudnya kalau yang 3,000 tu sampai 2022 lah. Sebab saya tengok kat financial tu.
Financial itu tahun pertama.
Yelah tapi kena habiskan yang tu lah kan.
Sebab kita dah ambil yang tahun kedua.
Itu maksud saya. Ya tu maksud saya. Oh 2022 lah. Saya salah lah.
Awak ni buat saya risau. Ni buat
Mana?
67%. Ni habiskan dulu.
Sekejap.
Ada lagi ni.
Ni
Hmm.
B20, ni B25. B26 B28 26. Yang ni. Yang ni. Nak pakai. Dia pakai gelas saya je kat. Pakai gelas.
Dah nampak? Cukup ni.
Gelas saya ada 10,000.
Itu equipment.
Tu equipment.
Baru 23%. Apa lagi yang kurang? 20. Dah 0%. Tak. Ada lagi 5,000.
Dia pakai yang ni betul.
Ikut lah.
Yang ni yang tinggal.
Ni yang tinggal. Ni yang dah.
Ni
Ini awak.
ni lah tinggal available balance.
Ini untuk tahun pertama ni. Tahun kedua tak ambil lagi ni. Project financial report bayar. Dia tahun pertama dan juga tahun kedua. Saya tak pasti tahun pertama dah habis dulu. Awak cek.
Okey.
Lagi.
Awak punya grant habis sampai bila ni? 30 Jun 22 bukan 21.
22 Ya.
Ni year 1, year 2, year 3 kan?
Kita kena habiskan 70% year 1 tu supaya year 2 tu boleh masuk.
Saya tak pasti 40% ke
70%.
Tapi memang kena tahun pertama. Nanti dia nak riliskan Muzaki tahu tak? Muzaki tahu berapa persen? Communication is allocation. So buat 36. Total 36,000 pun gaji awak. Tahun pertama berapa? Itulah 18,000 tahun pertama. Nampak? Basic allocation.
Ni lah yang tahun pertama. Line tu. Basic education.
So, saya tak tahu tahun kedua berapa ni saya ada tu. Tahun pertama. Traveling ni tak punya lagi.
Ni untuk tahun
Nampak 6,000. So 6,000 awak lagu ni tahun kedua tak masuk ni.
3,000.
Sebab
Ni
kita
doktor tengok kat budget proposal.
ni dekat saya punya ni. Saya guna ni yang saya buat ni mas bajet ni yang proposal saya.
Doktor buat.
Ni ada 3,000. Tapi awak dah guna berapa persen? Dah guna baru guna berapa kata?
13.
23.
23.
Faham tak?
Total 23 ni total.
Total. Ni total 23%. Ada yang kurang masih 0% ni kan.
0%
Ni B35
untuk
ni
B35 barang tu lah
Ah,
nanti.
ah. B35. Kalau awak nak beli chiller dan juga tadi tu awak boleh spend chiller dengan tadi tu.
Chiller bukan dah ada ke yang lama?
Boleh
Nak beli yang
ikut lah. Kalau ada equipment lain yang nak beli. Yang atas
Sebab
3,000.
itu dah
Ha?
dah macam bukan kat
Kalau awak nak beli chiller. Dan rental ni sebenarnya untuk gas 0% lagi. Saya tak tahu gas tu dah bayar tu.
tak tahu.
Awak kena tanya dengan dia yang beli.
Kita ada surat dia. Surat gas
Pastikan dah bayar. Travelling.
Travelling je tak pakai. Tak
Sebab
gerak kan.
travelling ni saya tak pakai lagi. Masalahnya student tak boleh pakai ni. Saya tak pasti student boleh pakai ke tak. Tapi saya ada concern yang itulah yang concern saya nak apply untuk activity. Dia kena buat environment. Tadi yang ada saya kasih ini untuk buat environment kan?
Tak, yang tu dia suruh baiki payment.
Ini yang dia kata buat environment.
Environment. Oh, dekat amendment sekali tu
Dekat amendment tu kena jawab.
Buat environment dari mana-mana. Oh, buat environment
Yang ni yang mana tu kan? Middle bar.
CSW.
Middle bar ni awak punya juga Saya tahu. Middle bar ni yang mana?
Middle bar. Ni kena buat justification.
Untuk mesti semua mesti pendaftaran KIPA 3 kan?
Salah
Salah kan?
Ni kita nak itu.
Apa ni?
Tempah.
File. Ya.
Okay.
Nanti yang ni boleh claim geran awak ataupun geran yang pharmaceutical.
Okay.
Mesti kena sini.
Nak order.
Kita dah ada.
Kita dah ada dah.
Kan? Pusat kos ni.
Pusat kos tu nombor geran kita.
E-commerce.
Dulu kita sampai pakai e-commerce ke?
Mesti pakai geran.
Geran.
Mesti kita pakai geran. Saya tak pasti nanti biasanya kita pakai geran. Saya nak pakai geran yang UTM geran.
Tanya RMC. Nanti doktor check dulu. Petang ni doktor nak
Yang ni dah boleh.
Doktor nak jumpa kat Nurul juga.
Yang ni dah boleh proses dah ni.
Itulah. Nak sign doktor.
Yang ni add-on sign ni.
Baik saja. Petang ni doktor nak jumpa kat Nurul juga. Kat Nurul sampai cerita. 2,000 tu pakai duit FKS. Tu saya
Awak
punya.
kena spend ni dengan chiller kan. Kalau di equipment lain yang betul awak nak beli yang atas 3,000 saya rasa. Yang ni LO tak LO saya tak pasti ni. Kalau kita kena buat dengan UTM tu kan.
LO.
Local order.
Saya tanya balik doktor.
Yang ni
Itu
saya
yang
kena
ini.
sebab MRC ni saya tak payah.
Betul kena nak cek dulu. Bagi mungkin banyak juga tu.
Itulah.
Beberapa
Ada yang dah
tak
ada dah.
ada.
Ada
Ada yang
dah
dah ada.
Hari tu kita ada beli.
Okey.
So, proposal awak dah.
Kita tengah baiki chapter 1 hari.
Okay.
By the end minggu ni lah kita submit proposal.
So, jadi sekarang awak bawa sekali proposal awak.
Bila?
Esok.
Esok.
Esok hari Sabtu. Dan tiga.
Lepas tu kita review.
Red. Mungkin.
Kita nitrogen tak tahu tak semua siapa pasal.
Tak boleh pasang?
Ah?
Tak tahu pasang?
Dia nak suruh doktor ambil tapi abang adik
Boleh minta Cik Billy.
Cik Bidin. Okey lah.
Tak
Kalau
pasang
macam
kan.
tu saya minta tolong Cik Bidin lah.
Nak kena test lah. Kalau tak tak tahu. Masukkan dulu ke monitor.
Muka apa macam tu. Okey, doktor. Nanti Kak Nuri sampai